Hello true comic book readers, I'm Mike, and welcome to the first ever video series of Mike's Monthly Review, or MMR for short. In this video I'll be reviewing comics that came out February of 2012. Before I get into the comic books, let me just explain what this series is going to be about. Each month I will be reviewing Marvel, DC, Independence, or any other comic book industries related of comic books that interest me and things that I kept up to date with, good and or bad.
And he'll be posting it on my channel.
Yes, and by the way, my brother Chris is behind the camera.
For once.
Yes. And
this is my channel!
Yes, it is. This video series will be, however, temporarily, because due to the fact that I'm in college, I can't do comic books, reviewing them on my brother's site.
On a weekly basis right now.
So, from now until the middle of May is when I'll be back on the panel. So, for this video of February, March, April, and maybe May, I'm not too sure of yet. Maybe.
Well, when do you finish in May?
Like the middle of May.
Maybe you do a half-month review and then go back to the then go back to the weekly.
Yes, and now I'll be back on my brother's channel. So for now,
on my weekly review, not on my channel. You're on my channel.
Weekly review.
You're on my channel now.
Yes. So yes, so Mike's Monthly Review. These are the comic books.
By the way, it's good to see that you're healthy again.
Yes. I just wanted to also thank you guys out there for all the messages that my brother's been telling me about. Let me feel better. 102 fever, not fun.
Tell me about it. I just got over it too.
Yes, but thank God now, me and my brother are all better, and we're good and ready to go, and reading comic books and all that other stuff. Alright, so let's get into the February 2012 comics. The comic books I'll be reviewing were released on February 1st, 2012.
The first part.
Yes. And we're going to start off with DC Comics with Green Arrow, number 6. Now, this comic book has still not yet disappointed me. Basically, I'll tell you what this comic book is about.
You want me to scan it or no?
No, you don't have to. Really.
Okay.
We find out something about Blood Ninja. By the way, there will be maybe spoilers here and there.
Blood Ninja?
Blood Rose, actually.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for correcting me, actually. Blood Rose. And spoiler about Blood Ninja, we find out that she is not an ordinary human. She is actually a robot. Yes.
Wait, the woman in red?
The woman in red is a robot. So, but in the beginning, you know, we get to where she shoots him in the head and he's alive, which I don't know how he's alive after that. The artwork's still amazing and fantastic. And,
show some.
Yeah, I'm gonna show.
Oh, you're looking, okay. I don't know. This is hard for me to do without saying something.
I'll show this panel right here.
And let me zoom in.
Yes. And he fights with Midas and Blood Rose. And it's an amazing fight. Like, what I like about Green Arrow, he reminds me of SpiderMan. He has like all these gadgets to have a way to stop an enemy. Like a certain weakness, so to say. So he finds a way to defeat Blood Ninja, and Midas, which is Blood Ninja's boyfriend, so to say. One ugly boyfriend, if you ask me. And, yeah, I'll show this one too, actually. This one's an epic picture right here. Right panel.
There's only one picture in the right page.
Yeah.
And now go up.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to go up?
Now go down.
Okay.
Down. Good.
Yes. So then, in this issue, when the fight was over, he's like just saying, just go, fight's over, nothing else to do, and he self-destructs. And that's how the fight ended. So now, in the end of the comic book, we find out that somebody is spying on Green Arrow, and we won't know who it is until the next issue. So, would I say pick this up? Absolutely. If you have been collecting Green Arrow from issues 1 through 6, as I have, just pick this up. It has not yet disappointed me, and it is just one of the third favorite New 52 DC comic books, and recommended to buy. Alright, moving along, next comic book, Hawk and Dove, or shall I say Batman and Dove, number 6.
Of course.
Yeah, this issue actually was pretty interesting. I actually thought that I wasn't going to like this comic book, but it just really was amazing. Like, you see that Hawk is going after this evildoer named Blockbuster, who is going after the amulet that Dove has. The reason why he's going after the amulet is because the witch, what was her name? Can't remember. She wants it to overpower...
Not the Wicked Witch of the West.
No, not the Wicked Witch of the West, no. Oh, first let me show this splash page.
Ooh, Robin! Now that is I like, the Batman looks a little...
They don't say who Robin is. We don't know if it's Dick Grayson or...
Dick Grayson. It's definitely Damian Wayne.
Is Damian Wayne?
Definitely a Damian Wayne. The hood gives it away.
Yeah, so what's her name?
Dick Grayson. You're mixing Tim Drake and Dick Grayson together?
It's
the fever, people!
Yes, what was her name? Necromancer. That's her name. I know, it's a weird name, Necromancer. So, Blockbuster steals the amulet, thanks to Robin, who stopped Hawk with the net thing, but they didn't know each other before time. So then Batman comes in action, and then he's going to help them get the amulet back from Necromancer, and there was a fight scene going on, and there was great teamwork in this issue. And they got the amulet back, and Hawk, Dove, Batman, Robin have defeated both of them, and that's how the issue ended. It was very good to see them in Gotham City, and it was good to see Batman, even though he's been in some DC comic books. But it is still sad, though, that there's going to be about 2 issues till they're canceled.
Yeah, 2 more. Next month, and April's the end.
Yeah, and I'm really enjoying this comic book, guys. It's just really sad to see this go out. And this was my #1 New 52 DC comic that I enjoy reading next to the other comics, but just not 2 more issues, but... well,
there'll be more Marvel coming out soon.
Yeah, but it's still good, though, so if you guys haven't picked up Hawk and Dove, you really should. Okay, now we're going to go into Marvel. XFactor number 231. Okay, in this comic book, we start off with the, what's his name?
Deathlock?
No, not Deathlock. The guy who switches... Jane Madrix. Okay. Jane Madrix...
We gotta get like one of those, the
Post-its,
and
yeah.
And write names down.
Yeah, but James Madrix is fighting with the 2 Iron Man robots, and the 2 Iron Man robots see something weird about him, like how he's on this planet. So they send him back to Tony Stark Industries and see what information...
Stark Industries.
Yeah, Stark Industries. If Tony Stark might know some information about him, like where he came from and all that other stuff. But instead... he talks about his life story for a little bit. I just don't like that he drinks, Tony Stark.
It's a thing they did with him.
I mean, superheroes...
Read Demon in a Bottle. That's where it got the worst. That trade paper. I want to get that one day.
Yeah, but they have a talking scene with each other. And right when he was going to possibly tell his story, the 2 people that he works with comes and takes a visit. What was their name? One of them, I think, was Merlin.
Merlin?
One of them? Because it doesn't say the character's name in the beginning, by the way. Yeah, but Deathlock actually makes an appearance and fights with Iron Man. The fight scene there was amazing. They're just like this scene right here. There's just an all-out battle that's going on between...
I like the Iron Man costume right there. So this took place in the olden times, because that's the Extremis costume.
And then it's, you know, they're like saying it's just like the good old times where we fought one-on-one with each other, and...
The good old times? How old is Iron Man?
Well, it was just a joke, really. But anyway, so they're fighting with each other to just, you know, to see who's better than who, like some heroes do. And the secretary actually is a robot, as we see right here.
Oh, hold on. Where's the secretary?
On this panel, the one with the headless.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry if you can't see the covers really, because I don't know how the camera angle is on the other side, so just bear with me.
Yeah, you're not used to being on the other side of the camera.
No. So then, when Iron Man headbutt Deadlock into Madrax, he falls into a... Well, he doesn't fall, really. The other Madrax, who is a clone of him, there's like, I think more than a dozen of them. And he tries to help him out, but when the time ran out, he falls down. And spoiler, he meets up with Dormammu, also known as, kind of reminds me of Doctor Strange in that way. And that is to be continued.
How does Dormammu remind you even remotely?
No. The clothing.
Oh.
The clothes, like the blue robe. Actually, I meant to say remind me of Doctor Strange. It was really good. Artwork amazing. And the storyline is going great. We'll be picking up the next issue and see where it'll take off from here. And we'll see where that heads off to. Favorite comic. The Punisher number 8. Overlooking the last issue, that was this issue was not that bad, really. This issue actually shows a backstory of Rachel and the Punisher, who met up with each other from 2 issues back. And then the Punisher just says to her, "Just stay out of my way. I don't need your help." And that's Frank Castle. I even knew that before time after reading the paperbacks and knowing Frank Castle a little bit more. So they never said about these 2 people, Chris and Stephanie. That's their name, but we don't know who they're working for. Like, I think Chris is someone who works for the Avengers. Like, he knows everything about the Avengers and stuff. Yes, haha, you're funny. So then Stephanie says to Chris, "I want Frank Castle to be killed by, well, the Punisher, because they don't know his real name, to be killed tonight because from the people they both killed were related to them, so that is not going to end too well for, hopefully, our hero." So then we get into where Rachel meets the detectives, and they get a little bit suspicious because they think that she knows, Rachel, some about the Punisher and what he's doing. And how they know is because they saw a Marine robe there. Because Frank Castle used to work for the Marines. And then she just said, "Just get out," and all that other stuff. Now here's the thing that I had to read over about 2 or 3 times. The ending part. Frank Castle goes into a warehouse. Like, you know, to, yeah. And then this happens. Somebody says, "Hello, Frank."
Where? Oh, hold on.
And I'm trying
up higher.
And I'm thinking, now I know it had to be Chris, because the woman asked him to do a favor and kill him. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. When you see it backing out, you know I got it.
And then there was just all shootings, you know, like shootings here, shootings there. Then you see Rachel in this panel up here. And I thought that was her behind it, but apparently it wasn't. He said, Chris says, and then I will take him apart piece by piece. And in the mirror we see the epic
How could he
skull.
be an Avenger then if he's looking to...
No, he knows about the Avengers. Like, he knows different gadgets and stuff. Like how to get
Oh, then
inside.
that's not me. First of all, I don't have a goatee.
Did I say your name, Chris Dark Avenger? I just said Chris. And this is what the next issue will look like.
I will say this. If I did have a goatee, though, I would look really good.
Yes. But overlooking the last issue, this one was amazing. this issue.
I thought the last issue was pretty good too.
No, I didn't say it was bad. It was pretty good, but it wasn't really focused on Frank Castle and what happened the issue back, because you want to know what's going to happen after that.
We can get Grant Morrison on it.
How about no? But yes, but if you guys want to know what happened from issue 6, right after it, happens all in issue 8. But if you want to get issue 7 as well, you can. Because I recommend any Punisher comic
The whole
books.
series.
Yes. Alright, and last but not least from Marvel, the world's greatest...
No, this is... Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Good.
World's greatest hero, a superhero, The Amazing Spider-Man, number 679. Continuing from Bad Tuesday. And it was Bad Tuesday, actually.
It was Bad Tuesday.
It was. I thought it was Terrible Tuesday. But in this comic book, Spider-Man knows that's 3:11 in the afternoon, p.m., but nothing happened. So he's thinking that it must have been 3:11 a.m., and I just started to laugh. I'm like, wow. Instead of thinking p.m. after all that work he did, now he has to find ways to find out from the world from collapsing. So he's working with this guy, Grady, that we saw from the last issue. And he's just going around saving people, and he was going to stop helping him from seeing that nothing happened. So when he enters the portal, to Bad Tuesday, he sees this on the right panel.
Yeah, I love that. That was funny.
Yeah.
See, I'm not important. Look, I'm gonna walk through right now, boy.
And then he says, okay, I'm gonna help you. Just let me tell you what I'm gonna do.
He's like, what did you see? Where'd you go? I'm like, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry, we'll figure it out together, Spidey.
So then the mayor, with the unexpected woman by his side, Miss Zablinova. Yeah, she sees Spider-Man and that something is going on. And we get these robbers who are going to plant a bomb that is going to possibly destroy the city. So Spider-Man comes along and helps them out. And then she was going to pull the wire, and he's like saying, no, leave it to the guy who has spider sense. And that was smart of Peter Parker to pull...
It's about time he got his freaking spider sense back.
Yeah, but that's from Spider Island. We're not in that, thank God, anymore.
Why? That was a good series.
Yeah, it was, but everybody was Alright, we're not going to get into that. We're into The Amazing Spider-Man. So, he wants to make headlines, and Man Webb said, oh, you know, you can't do it for the headlines, you just got to keep saving the world. And he does everything, and then he meets up with Mary Jane, who is the best couple, in my opinion. And
they're teasing it. They're just dangling it and dangling it.
And she does know that he's Spider-Man in this issue, because...
She always knew.
Well, not really. Sometimes they let her not
No,
know.
she knows.
Oh, so it's not going
No.
backward and forward? Thank God. Because going backward and forward in time...
Where have you been the past 5 years?
I've been trying to keep up with the superheroes, including my #1 superhero next to Punisher's #2. But anyway, so she gives him an idea of what to do, and guess what they had to do all this time? Before the time came,
You give a lot of spoilers away.
Actually, no. You're going to have to read it for yourself. I actually am not going to give away too many spoilers.
Oh wait, did I tell them?
I think you did on your review.
Okay, go ahead, whatever.
Alright, but just because he reviewed it, they just had to close the portal. That was the whole thing to stop from Bad Tuesday. Just closing the portal, but as Peter Parker, not Spider-Man. And then that's the ending. It was great. 2 parts of Bad Tuesday. And next issue, 680. It's going to be a great comic book. You know, 20 away from 700. And that's it for February 1st. Now we're going to go into February 8th of 2012, which my brother reviewed also. Carnage USA, number 3 of 5. 2 more issues until the miniseries is done. In this comic book from last issue, we know that Cassidy asked a woman to assassinate her husband. In other words, to decapitate his head. And if she doesn't do that, he will kill her kids and her as well. There was one part of the story that got me saying, oh, please tell me he's getting out of it. Captain America was waking up from the symbiotic thing that was controlling him. Yeah, the symbiote that was controlling him. And right when he was fighting him, he was like calling for Force to come in to help him. And then right after that, he got infected again. The ending, though, and Chris, I know that you said the ending.
I say different.
The enforcer that he calls in is Venom, but it's Flash Thompson.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. This is just my opinion. Does anybody miss Eddie Brock as Venom? By show of hands, does anybody miss Eddie Brock?
Well, you're doing what I did last.
No,
because
I think, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, that Eddie Brock is a better Venom than Flash Thompson. I mean, come on. Flash Thompson was a bully to Peter Parker.
But that was when they were kids.
Yeah, but now he's being Venom. I mean, I could understand he wants to stop Carnage, and everybody else does as well.
But he's cool.
But you send Flash Thompson? I mean, I just think Eddie Brock is the best Venom, but that's my opinion. However, though, I will be seeing issue 4 to see how Venom is going to stop Carnage. Thus, next issue is called Venom USA.
Woohoo!
Yes, and just to make it also another thing clear, she doesn't actually kill her husband. She actually doesn't want to, because just love and affection, you know, sometimes you don't want to do those type of things, and best to bring people to justice rather than violence, because violence never answers anything or solves anything in that sense. Alright, now we're going to go into another Marvel book that came out February 15th, 2012, XFactor number 232. As I reviewed from before, we go back to where Dormammu is in this issue. That is not Doctor Strange. Just the robe reminds me of him. And they're talking with each other of letting...
That's right, XFactor. Comes out twice a month, I forgot that.
Yeah, what was his name again? I can't remember. Yeah, Madrix, yeah. Madrix was going to work for him, but then he sees this whole destruction that happens in the city. The artwork has not struck me wrong still. The artwork is just pure amazing. So they get into a little bit of the battle with each other, and then he's doing these powers. He's like, wow, how did I do that? Like a shield. That
magic.
And all that. Yes, magic. It's all about magic. Let's see. And then they go back to the past issues right here, where he gets into his mind and sees everything of what has happened and where he is from today.
Those are some psychedelic colors.
Yeah, they are colorful and they have lots of meaning to them. So then he snaps out of it. The Madroxes, all of the, how many are there? Well, there's a lot of them. They help him defeat Dormammu, and then they said, you want fear? There's fear right there. So they fight him, and turns out to be this instead of Dormammu.
Interesting.
Yeah. It is actually pretty cool that that happened. So now he wants to bring a portal to send him back to his planet, because he's not supposed to be here at this planet from what we saw from the previous issue from what I reviewed. So he goes back and yeah, he has a happy ending right there, but you'll have to see the issue.
Happy ending.
Yeah, this is what really got me to like an eyebrow raising. The bottom panel, and then it says the end in question mark form.
Because Dormammu's there again. That's why.
Yes, along with Deathlock, and I forgot what her name was. But yeah, I was like, okay, does that mean there's gonna be an XFactor number 232?
Duh.
Or is there gonna be something else?
No, it's gonna continue.
Alright then. And that's for XFactor. And okay, now I'll be reviewing comic books that came out this week of February 22nd, right?
Mm-hmm.
2012. And we're going to start off with...
This review's probably going to go up after mine, just for the record, though, so I could get my 22 out first.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to start with Marvel X-Men Legacy number 262. Rogue looks beaten up, but not quite frankly, actually. In this story, they're going to look for Cyclops because, what was his name? Can't remember. If I see his name, I'm going to be like, I know. What's his name? Exodus, which is this one right here, wants to kill the mutants. Oh, we're at 28?
No, not yet,
oh.
But close, 25.
Okay. And he wants to kill, not Cyclops' kids, but he wants to just kill Cyclops in general because of, he wants to be the all superior. And, you know, they all want to be better than one another. Rogue is actually worrying me in this issue. Because after the fight with Exodus, Wolverine and her were having a conversation saying, you know, I'll make you bet Magneto would have had that done. They're just like saying, what's that supposed to mean? And he thinks that she's going a little bit too far with all this running around and the fighting. Like, and then he just says that I can't trust you in some ways, and Wolverine really doesn't trust that many people, but sometimes he can be right. But in Rogue's case, I really can't.
You hope he's wrong.
I hope he's wrong, and I hope they're not doing a trading thing where someone from Cyclops teams is going to come to Wolverine, and Wolverine going to Cyclops, because that would be just like Pokemon, like just trading away different characters. Excuse me. So Rogue takes someone else's powers because she can absorb powers, and as the fight between them and Exodus still goes on. Actually, you know, I'm not going to spoil the ending. A surprising. How can I say this? In the ending, you're gonna like what you see. And let me see something. Oh yeah, this is the next issue of XFactor. It was great. I'm really enjoying X-Men Legacy. Actually, my brother suggested this to me to read. I'm actually thanking you, actually, because X-Men Legacy of Wolverine side and all that other stuff is just going great. And with that, I am getting the finger that we are at 28, and we're going to wrap it up here. Come back for the next part where I'll conclude my monthly review with 2 more comics from DC. See you there.